Yo, guys. Welcome back to In the Frame Podcast. My name is Alberto with Pete. Episode 30, my guy. And with our new guest, Raphee.
Raphee.
Raphee, whichever. Let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, Rafe. It is.
That's good stuff.
Let's go.
Well, man. Well, before we do the introduction, Pete, what have you been up to, man? What's new?
Busy weekend. I just hit you up right now if you were free this weekend.
Yeah.
To help me out with some stuff, but I love it. COVID, whatever the thing is going on, it's slowly going away.
I feel you, man. It's been a busy week editing.
What about you?
Raphee, what have you been up to? Actually, why don't you introduce yourself to the gang right here that's listening and watching?
Native gang?
I'm Raphee Valdez. I'm a videographer, cinematographer, whatever you want to call it. Photographer. I'm from Oceanside, California.
Okay.
All right. So I know. Come on, man. It's fucking stunt, bro. You shoot for a BMX rider, a professional BMX rider.
So my best friend, Jaron Barbosa, he's a professional BMX rider. Rides for Volume Bikes, Odyssey Bikes.
Damn.
He gets plugged up with Ethica, a couple other people.
That's what's up, man.
Really cool.
And how long have you guys been best friends, or how'd you guys meet?
So we actually.
How did that connection form?
So I ride BMX as well, just not as much anymore, just because I'm constantly busy with editing, filming, all that. But back in the day, like high school was every day after school, just nonstop riding. And the community is pretty small. Like the BMX community in the area, at least in Oceanside, is pretty small. There was, at the time, there was like maybe 10 of us.
What about San Diego?
San Diego, it's just spread out.
Okay.
So it's like, you know people, but you don't see them that much because it's a pretty big area.
Right.
And so he moved into the area and everybody's like, yo, there's this new kid. He's really good. Yeah. And at the time, like, I was like one of the only people I could do a tail whip. And this kid showed up, was doing tails. I'm like, yo, who's this kid? Like,
fuck Rafe, I'm going with this kid.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. And so it was just like, yo, like, who's this kid? And everybody's talking about him. And then I actually ran into him at MLK skate park over by.
Yeah, I know exactly where.
So we just talked to him a little bit. It was just like, whatever. And then at the time, he was living with his mom down in Tierra Santa.
Okay.
And then he started going to J. Sarah for like 2 weeks.
And
then after the 2 weeks, his mom was like, I hate my job. Moved back to Massachusetts, where he's from.
Okay. Oh, so he's originally from the East Coast.
Yeah, so he's from New Bedford. It's a little bit out of like Boston.
Sure.
And so he moved in with his uncle, who's in the military. He's a Marine. So he lived on Camp Pendleton. So he DM'd me randomly. He's like, yo, you go to Oceanside? I was like, yeah. He's like, yo, let's hang out. I'm about to go. I don't know anybody. I was like, all right, cool. And then from that day, we just like hung out at lunch every day.
And nothing was the same.
Yeah, and then we had graphic design class together. It was dope.
What?
Yeah, we didn't even do the projects. We just watched BMX videos all day.
So okay, go ahead.
Oh, so you guys went to Oceanside High School?
Yeah.
OHS?
He went for only a semester, but I went there all 4 years.
Wait, how old are you?
Me? I'm 22. I turned 23 next month.
I thought you were like 19.
Nah, I'm a little bit older. Just a little.
I thought he was older.
So you're clearly into the BMX world and whatnot. Yeah. So what got you into the video world and photography world?
That's actually really funny.
Did you realize that you just suck at BMX or what? Like,
no, I'm one of the best filmmakers. I'm just kidding. In the BMX world, I'm one of the best riders. That's a film. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Nah, I'm playing.
Talk your shit.
Nah. So I got into filming because I don't know. I just liked it. It was just dope. And so like growing up, like I had this little camera.
What was it?
I don't even know what it was. It was like this little square. It was like a brick, but it was like vertical. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a little action cam.
What year is this?
This is like 2009.
2009. Okay.
So it's like
definitely digital cameras were a thing back then.
Yeah, it was a digital camera, but it wasn't like anything crazy. It was just like a little camcorder type vibe. And I remember just like filming all the homies. Like we'd like So
were you making like backyard, like kind of like back then, like the Jackass style, skateboard style videos, or?
Nah, it was. I guess you could consider it that. Like if you're not in the community, like it's just like a normal BMX video. It's just like, oh, like we're with the homies. We're gonna film this clip. We're gonna film this clip. Make it a montage type.
Okay. So pretty much what you're doing right now, but like in a higher scale.
But like I remember, like there's a specific memory. Like we would go. There's a little elementary over by MLK because that was the spot we always rode there. And I was trying to get a clip of my homie, and he like hopped up the tables, would ride down and do a 180. But it's like, yo, like it's really far. Like I gotta walk, and it's gonna be all jittery.
Yeah.
So we found like a random like wagon or something that they had for like the janitors, and I had a homie like push me, and I'm like just sitting on it, just like filming him.
So that was your stabilizer at the time.
Yeah. So that's
Nice
that's
little
how it
dolly
started.
shot.
And then was it either my sophomore or junior year? I was at my girl's house, but she lived in apartments. But I was like just being like respectful to her, like her family. I left it downstairs. Like walked up 10 minutes later, walked back down, and she was gone. I was like,
Oh,
Wait, what?
yeah, my bike got stolen.
Oh,
but
damn.
mind you, like customized bikes, like they're at least $1,000.
Holy crap!
So
So
it's
like
like
three.
that-
I thought like $300 to $400.
I mean, that's for like basic
So I used to have like
Like-
Huffies and stuff like that back in the day,
I remember the main thing was Diamondback.
or Mongoose. Mongoose is
Yeah.
what.
So those are still like kind of relevant, but like in a different sense. They're more
they're like the mainstream.
They're more like corporate. They're not really like BMX, if that makes sense.
Like the Walmart?
They're more Walmart at this point. Yeah.
yeah. So they're mainstream at this point.
Because they realized that there wasn't money in BMX.
Ooh, that's a tough pill to swallow right there. Just saying. Like,
Wait, so
There's not.
did you know Dave Mira and all that? Was he
No.
from San Diego or from like around here?
That's a good question. I don't know enough about him.
Because I
Because
remember
he was a little bit before my era.
definitely.
It was just like, yo, like that.
when I was
I
in
know
high
who he
school-
is. He's
Yeah,
a legend.
I know how he
period.
is too.
fucking. I remember like when I saw your stories, like I was like, what the fuck, Rafe BMXs?
Yeah,
You
dude.
do
So
your
when I saw your story
stories?
recently, I was like, I didn't know you actually rode. I knew you filmed, but I didn't know you actually knew how to ride. Because
yeah,
speaking of, okay, I'm like going everywhere right now, but what's up with these trips that you're doing with Jaren? Like, I know you guys been traveling all over the fucking planet,
Yeah.
creating like content. What's the whole goal of that? Like, what are you guys getting out of this? Like,
Mainly
are these
just,
like partnerships with like brands or?
it's mainly us just trying to create more of a fan base, trying to create different content in different areas. Because
Right.
like obviously you can create different content based on where you are,
Mm-hmm.
especially because we're in San Diego and LA all the time.
Yeah,
It just gets burnt out really
yeah.
easy. So
You
it's like,
stay in Southern California.
yeah, it's like, well, now what?
yeah, exactly.
Like we feel burnt out, so we go somewhere else.
Because I remember the first video you showed me. I remember you hit me up in a DM about like video stuff, and I said like, "Yo, let me see your work," because I didn't know what the fuck you were.
Yeah.
And then you,
why don't we just talk? How the fuck you guys meet? Because I don't even know how the fuck you guys met. The backstory.
dude, I don't remember. I just remember you sending me a DM, and that's how that's how you got my attention.
So him and my sister actually go way back. They went to high school together. They were friends.
Ashley,
Oh, okay. Damn, really?
Yeah. So
Damn.
she had told me that he was a videographer. I was like, oh, no way. So I followed him. And then I had seen that I don't remember what it was. I think it was you got the Tamron. I was like, oh, like I want to get that lens.
yeah,
So I DM'd you asking you how it was.
yeah.
And then after that, you're like, yo, I have a gig I can't do. Like, send me some of your work. And if it's good enough.
That's right. That's how it happened, because I just can't send gigs to random people without seeing their work. And I've seen your page, and I started following. And I'm like, all I see is photos. I'm like, it's dope photos, but I mean, it's not what my clients would want or something like that.
Right.
So I said, like, yo, do you do video? He's like, yeah, I do video. I'm like, well, show me something you got. That's the importance of having a fucking reel.
Right.
Like, if you have a reel or you have some video content, I can see your stuff, and I'm like, all right, you're legit. But luckily for you, you had a YouTube channel, and I think it was a Mexico City one was that Jaren that you filmed?
It was Jaren.
What year was that when you shot
That was
that?
2019. So it was
I
September.
remember when I saw that, I'm like, all right, this guy knows how to fucking shoot and edit. All right, boom. So I just passed that to him. Like, all right, now I know you know how to shoot, because there's a lot of gigs that I'm sure you get gigs that you can't take, and you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna pass it to the homie.
Yeah.
And so the same thing would happen with me, where I'm always passing fucking jobs because A, it's the budget's not there, or B, I'm not available.
Yeah.
So luckily I found my go-to guy when it comes to video. So if I can't do it, this guy's doing it.
Yeah.
It feels like more than 2019. That's fucking
I feel
crazy.
like that shit was like 2018, but I mean, time's been flying since I got back from my 6-month trip. So it's like, it just feels like it's been forever at this point.
Damn, that is true, because we started this Potter right after your trip. And the first time I met him,
right after. It was right before the pandemic started, bro.
Oh, the pandemic. So when I met you was when we went to go do that shoot.
Yeah.
And we started this
I
Potter.
remember that.
I was like, oh, that's cool. guy.
Yeah, that's right. You did our photo shoot and whatnot.
Yep. The first one.
So how has it been filming for a pro BMX or not? Anyone can say that.
It's really cool. It's different. It's especially different because Jaren, between the two of us, we don't like the traditional BMX video. They're just bland.
Okay.
To put it nicely, they're just
Okay.
bland because it's the same thing over and over again.
You were discussing something earlier today before we started recording. I said, shut the fuck up. Let's talk about it in the Potter.
Save the Potter.
What were you doing today? Because we talked about our day right now, but we kind of skipped over you.
So today, Jaren came down and we created a shot list for a video that we're shooting for Foot Action on Friday.
Ooh.
Damn.
So we created a shot list.
Nice little stunt.
So
Action?
it's nothing big. I'm just kidding. No, but we created a shot list. So he had kind of like a rough list, and then he had a dialogue.
So you guys are producing. You guys are just going out there and like freestyling it.
It's both. So I feel like most of the time, like when we make the best content is when it's like we have a rough shot list, like, oh, like we want to get a drone shot of this, we want to get a clip of this. But then when we get there, we're like a little more detailed.
Right.
And like it's just kind of.
Do you guys try to create a story out of it? Because I mean, story is everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool to have little highlight reels all the time, but at the same time, it's like to me, it doesn't mean shit to me. Like, all right, cool. You could do a tail whip. You could do a fucking zoom transition. You could do all this shit. Like, you're stunning. You're flexing your creativity, but at the same time, it meant nothing to me. Like, there's no story.
No, that's definitely something that we're working on this year is just storytelling, his story, who he is, where he's from.
Okay.
Why he's doing what he does, what he's interested in.
So is it just you two, or do you guys have like other members like in your little squad that's like helping produce this?
Helping produce this, it's just us two for the most part.
That's fire.
We have a couple people helping out. You're gonna come help out.
Yes, sir.
Get some BTS. We have another homie that's gonna shoot some photos.
And how do you guys land these? I mean, you're working with Foot Action. Foot Action is not a fucking small little company. This isn't a mom and pop shop. Like
how'd that go about?
But at the same time, I do know Jaren has quite a fucking following, so he definitely has clout.
So he's about to hit 60K, which is crazy because at the beginning of the year he was at maybe like 50. Okay. Like he's gone up a lot in the last like month or two. Like
that's fucking crazy.
Because your videos.
I mean, you are fucking doing. You are the man behind his content. So I mean, it's fucking.
I mean, that like actual like production of it for sure. But he's like he plays a huge part in the actual creative.
He's not just the guy on the bike.
No, like he definitely like has a huge say. Like sometimes like he'll come over and he'll help me edit.
So he knows how to do all that shit?
Really? Yeah, so he knows how to like rough edit stuff. So like when it comes to like anything serious, like whether it's like
masking.
I'm masking. Like I guess it's not serious to us, but it's like
but
like the normal person.
I'm consuming.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I did not know that he could. That's either. Shouts to him, man. He knows how to do all that shit. So he knows what it takes to create a fucking 60-second montage. Yeah. And one thing I've noticed about you guys through your stories, I didn't know this until like a few months ago probably, but you're a vertical shooter, and there's not many I don't know any vertical shooters, honestly. I know one person's in Austin who's like a cool guy, friend of mine, but no one else shoots vertical.
I've seen it. There's this one kid in LA that I saw like shoot one video, but it's like, it's not the same level. Like it's just different.
Look at you, talk your shit, man.
But for example, we've been doing this since 2019. Like it's nothing new.
Right.
We've been doing vertical video.
Okay.
So this
is before like Reels and TikTok and
we did it because of the algorithm, because
that's smart.
The portrait posts just do better.
And we're talking about Instagram, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up to right now. So you say you're a portrait. How do you go about with like YouTube? Do you do both? Do 2 takes, vertical and then horizontal, or how do you go about that?
So usually we just do straight Instagram and just take the L and posting YouTube content.
Take the L.
So I'm telling this guy you need to create fucking YouTube content, because shit like that will
take off, bro.
The thing about Instagram, it's like you post something on Instagram and 24 hours later it dies. It doesn't come back to life anymore. It just goes and it funnels out and you'll never see it again.
Yep.
YouTube, you could post a video and 2 years from now it could go viral because it's searchable. Instagram's not searchable. So either your shit's fire as fuck and everyone shares it and then the algorithm goes into your favor and then it goes viral, which is very unlikely.
And even then, how long does it last?
24 hours, I'd say. I mean, that's my personal opinion. Like, what do you think about that?
No, that's you brought up a good point, because you just told me you're only a vertical shooter.
I shoot both.
You could post vertical content on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like I've seen vertical ads on YouTube.
Because I had like multiple questions were arising. I was like, holy shit, like you shoot only vertical? Like what's up with your YouTube? And you just told me you had a YouTube channel. So like, is that like dead?
It's kind of, I just haven't done anything with it because I want it to be like specifically my content, like whether it's like me creative directing like a full video for Jaren or whatever, or like anything else. I want it to be like mine and let him have his stuff that I produce for him. If that makes sense.
You just said that I want it to be my content. So what is your content then?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's been my big thing. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do.
Like you're referring to like either lifestyle or music videos, etc., etc.
Just like a mixture of different things like that I'm interested in, whether it's like
Do you mind mentioning what are you interested in?
Like I love fashion.
You're definitely a fashion head.
Yeah,
I can tell by your pictures because you do both, right? Photography and videography.
Yeah, I do videos and photo. So I love fashion. That's a huge part. I love food. I love traveling, but I don't like the conventional like travel videos. Like I don't think I'm good at them. Like
Damn.
I have a.
That's why Alberto likes you.
Because I fucking hate travel films, even though I do like to make them for me though. But like, it's just fucking hard, man.
No,
like,
I just feel like it's like I want to tell a story.
Yeah.
I want to be more personable than just a guy behind a camera.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Do you want? So you want to be in front of the camera?
I want to be both. I want to use like my talents as a videographer, photographer to like be a person. Like Cole Bennett, how we were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
How he's a director, but
he didn't start like that before. He was the guy behind the camera and the editor.
Yeah, exactly. But now it's like, yo, that's Cole Bennett. Like, let me take a picture with Cole Bennett.
Everyone knows a Cole Bennett edit from a mile away. Like it's personally not. It's not my style at all because I'm not into like the whole effects and shit like that. But his shit is definitely revolutionary in my opinion.
100%.
Is that the Lumifade or no?
No, he does like the lyrical lemonade, and he shoots like all these like up and coming artists and whatnot. But now he's shooting fucking people like Eminem, is like Kanye West.
Shoots Eminem, shot a lot of stuff for Juice WRLD. Famous Dex.
Yeah, he does a lot of up and coming.
Kanye.
But now he's like fucking
booming
nationwide. Like everyone knows who the fuck he is.
He's sick.
Yeah,
like just like you said, yeah, you don't like this, like the effects and stuff. I can't stand music videos like that. I hate it.
Me too. Like so,
it's just not my vibe. Like if you do that, cool. I just don't think it's.
No,
it's not hard to add a transition.
It's cool to me. It's hard for me. Like my mind doesn't work like that. Like I love. I'm gonna say this fucking word. I love the cinematic look, which is like simple, beautiful framing. Use the rule of thirds and like nice color grade and storytelling off that. But other than that, like I always tell like rappers when they hit me up, I'm like, yo, if you're looking for crazy transitions and effects, I'm not your guy. I could name you 20 other videographers that could do some shit like that for you, but I'm not that kind of person. If you see my catalog, you know what I'm about. So they should do their due diligence, but at the same time, I got to educate them. Like, hey, I'm more of a like simple fucking. I love the cut. The regular cut's like my thing. Like I don't do zoom transitions. I don't do Luma fade keys. I used to like 2017 when fucking Sam Kohler was coming up. Everyone wanted to copy it and do that. Yeah. But not anymore though. But I mean, what are your takes on transitions? Because you don't really do transition beside the mask, and I love the mask. I still use the mask.
I do transitions. For example, there's a video that Jaron and I did in San Diego. It's there's a lot to it. So it starts off with him walking, and I'm holding a Polaroid, and then it luma fades and shoots through the Polaroid into him walking. That's
cool though, because that's something very unique to see.
Yeah,
not everyone could do that.
And it sucked because I tried to YouTube it because like that's how. I know everything I know because of YouTube. YouTube University.
It's a real thing, guys.
It's a real thing.
There it is.
100%.
Huh?
And so I tried to look for videos, couldn't find anything. I found stuff how to like do the luma fade, but not like the zoom with the luma fade and just like making it mask. So I literally just winged it and figured it out.
See, that to me, just thinking about that concept in DV, it's such a deep dive to get into that like world. My mind's just mud right now. Like just thinking about the luma fade plus the transition. And you blend that together. There's so many different parameters you have to mess with these numbers. It's like,
yeah,
fuck that. Like,
and then later on in that video, I have a dolly zoom of him that turns into a photo.
Yeah.
So it transitions into a photo, and then from there it turns into another clip, and he's up on a billboard, and then it like.
I remember seeing that video.
Was it the one that was like that song? You know, like that.
It's a Future song.
Feature song.
No, the one that we featured was the Lil Baby.
Yeah,
the Lil Baby song.
Grace.
And that shit was probably that was probably like my favorite video you've made.
Yeah,
it's simple and clean.
And I think the music choice has a lot to do with it too, because I didn't listen to Lil Baby until that fucking video.
Love that.
And I've always heard of Lil Baby, but I just thought the Lils, all the Lils to me is like mumble rappers. Fuck out of here. I don't want to hear that shit.
For the longest time, I could not tell the difference between Lil Baby and Dub Baby. And like saying that now, I sound like an idiot because it's so easy.
I couldn't tell the difference between Gunna and fucking Young Thug for the longest.
Really?
Back when Travis Scott dropped Astroworld.
That's funny.
You know the song with Gunna? Like, anyways, I thought that was I thought it was Young Thug.
But yeah,
anyways,
shout out Jaron. He has a great music taste.
Oh, so he's behind that?
Yeah,
he has a big influence.
He has a huge influence on the music because he just listens to so much music.
Right.
Like nonstop. Like
yeah, and I didn't listen to Lil Baby until I saw that fucking video because I love that song. Like just So I started listening to this shit. I found him on SoundCloud, and I started listening to everything. And like, I'm still using SoundCloud, guys. Like, I don't use Spotify, dude. Fuck Spotify.
You're the only person who I know doesn't pay for Spotify, bro.
Dude, I have so much music in my library from like my old iPod. It's like 50 gigs of music.
You still have that fucking classic
but
iPad.
do you listen to it?
Yeah, I do.
Yo,
I do.
crazy.
Yeah, man. I'm one of those illegal downloaders for sure. I
LimeWire?
was the LimeWire kid. Yeah, for sure. Like my computer had AIDS, man. Like this shit did not turn on.
Real, bro. Okay, so shit, we didn't even talk about it. What equipment are you rocking? What camera are you rocking? Lens, all that.
All right, so I rock a Sony A7 III.
Sony gang.
Sony gang.
Let's
always.
go.
Main lens is a Tamron 17-28. Like it's what I use most of the time.
Is that what you have, Alberto?
Yes.
Okay.
That's our wide right now.
And then I have a kit lens, but I don't use it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then just my 85. Just basically between those two, it's what I use.
Why don't you just sell your kit? Get extra cash. That's like at least $200 right there.
Really?
I think
Wait,
so.
what's the kit, like 24-70 or?
I don't know. What is a kit?
24-70.
Oh, damn.
So when you're shooting with the, so you said most of the time is the Tamron 1728. What is your aperture since your subject's moving fast? It can't be 2.8, right?
I always have it at 2.8.
Really?
I don't know why. I just always do.
It does a good job in capturing the fucking image.
It
And
doesn't do too bad.
does it hunt a lot on when you're editing it?
Not really. Not too bad. The only time I find a problem with it is when I pull back really fast.
What do you mean by pull back?
So for example, like
gimbal. I know you use a gimbal.
So I use a gimbal. The Sony, or not the Sony, the DJI Ronin S.
Okay. And how do you like it?
I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah. When I saw
It's
you
super cool.
change lenses when the freaking thing was still on, you have to rebalance it. I was like, fuck, I need to get that. I actually looked into it today, and it's the same price as my Ronin SC right now because you know the 2 version just came out.
Yeah, the 2 version's cool. I have a homie that just got it. He doesn't like it though.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you say why?
I think he said it's just like he can't figure it out. It doesn't. It's really jittery.
See, that's the thing. I don't want it to be overly
complicated.
Just make it simple, make it work, and that's it.
Exactly.
So that's cool.
For the creative gang, he's the one that did our promo video.
Yeah.
You're also filming my wedding in May. So, so gear wise, that's your go to, the 2.8 Tamron with the Ronin S2.
Just the Ronin S.
Damn.
Regular Ronin S.
Yeah.
Damn.
The original.
And how do you find yourself needing more gear or what?
Are you a gear snob? Like when it comes to like I need to get this. Are you a hype beast gear snob?
No, not at all.
No.
Like when people are like, "Oh, G Master, like I don't care."
Right.
I really don't.
Yeah.
Like the only lens I want to get that I don't have is a Tamron
2875.
2875. Yeah.
That shit is my go-to for sure.
That's the one you have.
That's the only other one I want.
It's a beautiful.
That's the newest one, right?
No, they just released a 28 to like 700. No, 28 to 200 or something like that. It's something ridiculous.
Damn.
Tamron is like pushing it when it comes to like they're killing it. Yeah, and it's a good brand. It's sharp enough. It's not G Master sharp, but it's like kind of like you said, like the megapixel people when they like you can't tell shit, bro. Like it looks fucking good.
The megapixel, like are they shooting billboards?
No,
probably not.
And if you're shooting a billboard, I hope you're not shooting with the A7 III. I hope you got like a R4 or R5 or R3.
Yeah,
A7R
or Phase 1.
What the fuck is that?
It's a crazy camera. Do you know what that is?
Nah, Phase 1.
Yeah, it's a Phase 1. It's crazy.
What brand is it?
It's the brand. It's called Phase 1.
Okay, and it's like, just for photography.
Yeah, they're like
how many megapixels?
Dude, I don't even know the specs. I just know that they're insane. They're like 60K, like 50, 60K. They're insane.
It's more than a Red.
Yeah, no, they're nuts.
Interesting.
Comment down below, creative gang. You guys know what the fuck he's talking about.
Well, speaking of photography, have you heard about the A1?
Yes.
What do you think about it?
I love it. It's just really expensive.
Copper drop.
Cop, if I had the money.
Really?
Yeah.
I would not buy that shit, man.
Just because,
even if I did have the money.
Because it'd be nice to have the 4K up to 120. Because with Jaren, we're shooting up to 120 all the time.
Yeah, you need 4K. Get the A7S III.
But then when I'm shooting like a lot of like
promo
sports
stuff
at the same time, that 30 frames per second shooting rate for photos, you don't miss anything.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
that's the only.
It is meant for like sport. It's like I said, like in the last episodes, like it's a hybrid between the Sony Alpha 9 and like an A7S III.
Yeah,
because Alpha 9 is for sports photography because it has a crazy burst. But this one has like 30 frames, you said?
Yeah, 30 frames a second.
It has 30 frames, and then like it has. Me and Alberto did this shoot, and then I was in the studio and I was doing silent mode because he was like rapping and I was like shooting silently, and I was like, dog, this banding is killing me, and because like it was like banding, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then like my shutter speed, I can only go to like 250. And then I was this new camera, the A1, can go up to like fucking 400 or I don't know. But there's like no banding.
It is ridiculous how
that's so nice.
The technology is insane.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to shit on Canon, but like I swear Sony always pushes the limit.
Yeah.
That's why I like Sony a lot because they fucking push the limit and it's still such a compact freaking camera compared to a tank like a 1DX.
Yeah.
And it's ugly. Period.
All right, guys, we're gonna like all the thumbs down are gonna be from fucking Canon loose shooters. Like we just stop shooting on shit.
The ergonomics, the ergonomics for the Sony is just way better, man.
To me, yeah, like it fits in one hand perfectly fine. You don't need the biggest hands. Like I said,
I find myself like filming a lot one-handed with a gimbal, like on a skateboard, on a bike. If I had a Canon, like
they wouldn't work.
You know, this is my question right now. So I have a battery grip. You've never like found like had the like ability to like want a battery grip because you're a vertical shooter, so like it's just the handle, like the handling is way better.
How is the balancing on it?
Yeah, that's my question.
It's pretty easy actually.
Do you have like a specific mount? Because I know the R2 could just do that automatically.
Yeah, it just has something built. That's the only reason I'd upgrade to that. But
yeah, it would make sense for you to get that.
I don't see the point in upgrading if like my system works already.
Yeah,
and
if it's not broke, don't fix it. Yeah,
I'm good. Yeah. I'll chill.
I'd rather get it. I'd rather get a lens.
I have like a knockoff small rig cage. Just throw it in there, put it on, and good.
And the S is so strong; it could hold anything, man. Like mine, like if I change lens, I need to freaking be precise when it comes to the balancing part. Yeah. I can't do what you did, where you just change the lens when it's fucking on. I'm like, bro, what? Like,
bro, I was there when we were shooting that video. You were like stressing. I was like, oh, like nah, fuck that. Hang on, change. Like, we good.
Yeah,
I was like, damn.
I was like, dude, that is insane.
Which crane do you have?
I have the Ronin SC, which is technically the little brother of his. But I need to sell that and get the S for sure. After
What's
I saw
the
you
price
change
difference?
It's actually the same right now because the 2 version just came out. So those are super ridiculous expensive. So the older models, guys, if you guys looking to buy gimbals, get the Ronin S or the Ronin SC. If you have a 6000 series, when it comes to the Sony, get the SC. And if you have a full frame, I recommend getting the S for sure. Like, and it's like $360, if not less. You could get it used on Amazon for a lot cheaper than that. So you're not
just get the basics package.
Yeah, just don't get the pro shit. You don't need the pro shit. Like
that's what I did. Like when I did my due diligence on it when I bought it, because I bought it right when I got my camera back in 2019, and so it was like 500 or like 758 or something like that at the time. But like everybody that got like with everything with like the focus wheel, it's like the focus wheel.
Do you ever use the focus wheel?
I don't have it, so I got the basics package.
Yeah. The autofocus in Sony is just so clean. It's so clutch. Like, how do you like that IE detection on yours, man, when it comes to photography? It's a fucking game changer, right?
Remember when I brought that Dominguez? He was like, he shot in my engagement photos and he was like, oh my God, this is my first time.
And he's a Nikon shooter, right?
Yeah, he was like, oh my God, like, this is my first time shooting with the Sony. And he was like, dude, the sharpness in the eye is insane.
It just catches the autofocus in Sony's is ridiculously fucking good.
It's just it's less shit you have to worry about as a photographer. Like you rather worry about the shot and placement of the model or like the people.
Yeah.
Less stuff you have to worry about, and which makes your workflow way better.
Super smooth.
Yeah.
Do you we're gonna get super technical right now and super nerdy when it comes to the camera shit. What picture profile are you shooting with?
I use Cine 4.
Same.
But it's a custom one from Henbu. Shout out Henbu.
Okay.
I haven't met him yet, but he seems really dope.
Yeah, he does seem pretty chill.
I like his work.
Yeah, me too.
I met him at not shit.
It was this guy.
I was like, what?
You never mentioned that before.
Nah, I use I do reels like once in a while, once in blue moon.
Nah, you've been pushing reels lately, dude.
Was it the Cine 4 that I told you? I don't even remember.
You did say Cine 4 because you said it was the same one as Cody Blue, and he uses Cine 4 as well.
I went through like the whole profiles, and it's like my number 2 custom.
It's flat enough for you to customize your colors, and it's log to me is such a pain in the ass.
Bro, I used log when I first started, and at the time, like I had just started learning what like color grading was, so it just looked terrible.
Right.
Like I look back at like that Mexico City footage, and I hate it.
That was log, right?
Was that log?
It did look flatter. It did look flat.
Hate it.
Wow. Okay, so like I don't know shit about video. What's the difference between Cine and log?
So log is technically the best picture profiler for the most dynamic range. So say for shooting in broad daylight, like it's hard to get the light on you and the background and make it look even and nice. One of the other is going to get blown out. Either you're going to get blown out or the background's going to get blown out. So if you shoot in log, it shoots it flat. It's so weird. It's so super scientific.
It's just harder to edit or what?
It pretty much, it's harder to color grade for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Even if you slap a lot, it's still pretty hard to color grade.
Do you use that's going to be my next question. Do you use a ND filter or polarized filter?
Yeah,
or?
I use a ND filter from KNF, I think it is.
Okay,
I don't like it.
No?
I like it, but recently I've just been noticing how much like vignette is on it. And I hate it.
I hate that. Yeah.
Even at 120, are you shooting 120 for the most part? 120 frames?
Usually 60.
Really?
Actually,
you don't shoot 120?
I do sometimes, but usually it's like, yo, we want this clip in 120. Let's shoot it in 120.
So that goes back to the pre-production where, you know, let's say if he does a toe up or something, you want to slow it as much as you can.
Yeah.
So then you'll shoot 120 for there.
So like, for example, when we were doing our shot list today, we're like, this is going to be in 120. This is going to be in 120.
Oh, nice.
I was like, yo, let's shoot this in 24 because I want that cinematic blur. Give it more of a.
There goes the word again. Cinematic again. Let's get it.
So since what's your sweet spot to speed limit? Because mine's like 45, 40. What do you like? What do you push 120 when you do shoot 120?
I put it at 250.
No, like your Premiere Pro, like the slow-mo percentage.
Oh, I drop it down to 20.
Yeah,
20.
That's the lowest it goes. Yeah.
Fuck. Nah,
I mean, sometimes I'll go a little bit faster if I feel like it's like too slow or if it's like boring. But usually I drop it as low as it goes.
Yeah, same.
Oh, damn.
And if it's 60, I drop it to 40.
The music video I just edited right now is like most the B-roll was 60, so I just freaking I go down to 40. So it just works pretty nice.
And I do a lot of speed ramping too. So.
Speed ramping is clutch.
That's something I it's funny that you guys did that because I posted a story with speed ramping. Like after I saw your edit of our promo thing, I was like, "Fuck!" Like, let me research speed ramping. And
Peter McKinnon has the best edit or the best.
My shit was so horrible. It was like, it was like so nasty.
It takes practice, man.
It does take practice.
It takes practice. And like, I used to suck too.
Yeah, and like you had a gimbal, so like it makes it better. But I was freehand. I was like, oh my god, like it looks so bad, like freehand.
That's you got to go through that shit though, man. You got to like go through those
trial and error.
Exactly, man. That's the only way you're gonna learn, man. Not just watching a bunch of YouTube videos and then think you're gonna get it. You're gonna nail it because you're not gonna nail it. Yep. You can do as much research as you want.
Yeah. So now that we're talking about gear, who's like your idol on YouTube, or who do you like?
Content creator.
Ooh. For video?
Or for whatever the fuck you do.
Fashion, shit, whatever.
For video, I really like Suresh Gordon. He's a filmmaker from New York.
Is that the dude you showed me this video last time?
He's super dope.
Who is it?
His name's Suresh.
Suresh?
He's super good. Yeah. I like his work a lot. It's really creative. It's just different. He does different masks, and it's just clean. It's super clean. His color grades are clean.
Damn.
I haven't seen his work where it's like, oh, that was okay. It's like every time it's like, yo, that was a
it's like
banger.
a wow.
Yeah, every single time. So I look up to him a lot for that.
You're also a huge Ben TK guy, right?
Not really. I've just seen.
Always show me his videos,
bro. He's
a traveler.
There was
he's like a wannabe Sam Colder.
Nah, there was one time. There was a video that he did. I think it was in the Philippines.
I'll take that back. It's not a wannabe Sam Colder, but
no, because I remember I asked you. I was like, "Yo, have you seen?" You're like, "Oh, I don't watch other content creators. I want to be original."
I don't watch.
Dude, stop.
I don't watch travel videos anymore, man. Like
I can already imagine Alberto's response.
It's so cliche, man. And Ben TK, like I used to watch him like 3 years ago, like all the time. And his transitions are insane, but it's not my style. Like I don't want to do those freaking hyperlapses when it opens a door and it's a new fucking. That's what he does. Like that's not my thing.
No, but I do like his stuff because I feel like travel videographers are starting to realize that they all look the same. Every single one.
I've been preaching that shit, man.
Everybody's starting to do more of a story. Sam Colder did that one with the story where he's like going over it with this.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
and you didn't. It was whatever. Anyway, but Ben TK did one in the Philippines, and I thought it was for a story. He killed it. Like he did a really good job. Let's just shout out to him. I don't really watch him that much.
Yeah, I don't really. As far as YouTube, I mean, we talked about this last week. I mean, I'm a big YC guy because he's more cinematic. Like he does like music videos and stuff like that. Creative Ryan as well. I do like his stuff a lot. I love and they're like Canon heads too, which is the irony.
Literally.
But yeah. I did wanted to freaking let's talk about social media. I've been telling you to post fucking videos, and why don't you post videos?
That's actually gonna change.
But what do you mean?
You've been telling me this for like 2 years.
No, actually,
on his Instagram?
Yeah, you only post like nothing but photos, which is cool. But like, if you want, do you want to be like hired and stuff as for video stuff or?
No, I do. So like, the reason I haven't been posting videos is I got stuck in the trap of wanting to have a cool feed.
A cool grid.
Like a cool grid.
Yeah.
So I was color coordinating everything. So if you go and look at it, it's color coordinated. So it's green, yellow, orange.
Okay.
I never noticed that.
But like I did red and orange for like months. And it just held me back. So now I'm finishing my green tomorrow. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I forgot.
Wait, was it green? Because I remember you posted this thing like guess my next color grade, and I was like, fuck, what is it? Like, but I haven't like kept up to it.
Yeah.
Not like no offense,
Not
but
done
like,
a deep dive on it.
I haven't done deep dive.
But now it's just like I'm gonna be done with it and just post cool shit.
Just post whatever comes to your mind.
Just whatever is cool, because I'm sitting on like 3 or 4 sets of photos of me in New York from last year back in March.
Damn.
I have
Fuck, literally last year.
3 or 4 videos of Jaren that I haven't posted. 2 workout videos that I did for this guy up in LA that are dope. Just all kinds of stuff. You gotta
flex your shit, man, because then no one's gonna notice you. Because
exactly,
you just can't rely on your like the people you shoot to like tag you and stuff. I mean, yeah, they do tag you, but it only does so much.
Like one thing I heard was post what you want to get hired for. Yeah. So like when I get work, I just post it. Like I don't like. I did go through that phase where like oh damn, like chill Pete, like every other day, like I was like no, fuck that, run it because more people are gonna see your shit and it's gonna be quicker to get hired.
Yeah, because I do remember you were saying that you're trying to go for every other day, and then
me,
this is like before you started your business account, and you're like I think I'm gonna go like every other day or every 2 days and shit like that.
No, but like I was like fuck it, like I'm gonna push it because the bag is not waiting for you. Like you gotta go chase the bag.
Facts.
I was like fuck it, run it, like you know.
What do you think about like the whole social media world right now?
I love it. I think it's sick. Like it definitely can be toxic, like a lot of people see it, but I think it's so good. Like today, like I was on FaceTime with a homie that's from the internet. He lives in Kansas, and we were just chopping it up.
And how'd you guys connect?
He just saw one of my videos with Jaren and he's like, yo, like your shit's sick, bro. Like I like love your work. I look up to you, blah, blah, blah. And he's the homie now.
Isn't it weird having people like say like, yo, when people say like your shit is dope and they go out of their way to message you and it's like, fuck, bro, like you're like across the country or you like in a different country and you're just like, you see my work and it's like, 100%. And you're letting me know that you think it's dope. That's like mind blowing to me, man.
It's even weirder for me because a lot of it's like, not a lot of the time, but they're like him, another homie I have out in New Jersey that does work too. They all have like more followers than me. Like it sounds stupid,
right?
But it's like
I don't know why, dude. But you should have way more followers.
I'm almost at 2K.
Like seriously, this guy should have at least like 10K at this point.
We're working on it,
bro.
No, but he had like at the time he had like 15. He's like, yo, like fuck followers. I don't give a shit. Like you're so much better. Like so much more talented. You're better than me. Like
right.
I look up to him. Like yo, like. That's crazy.
Chill, man.
Yeah.
And then like because with Jaren, he has a huge like fan base in Latin America.
Okay.
So I have like a lot of followers from like Mexico City, Colombia.
Okay.
So like I have like big BMX riders down there DM me like, yo, like your work's so dope, like this and that. And it's like
have you worked with other BMXers from the community?
From the community, not really, but I'm about to work with. He's like we're kind of like how like Jaren and I are a dynamic duo is our friend Markel. So I'm about to start working with him. We're about to shoot a video within like the next 2 weeks, hopefully.
He's also a BMXer.
Yeah, he rides for one of the same companies as Jaren.
How does Jaren feel about that? Does he feel like a little possessive?
No, not at all. No. Like we're trying to, because we just see like passion
essentially
and potential.
Because essentially you're taking his branding, let's say the branding that you kind of helped him form to someone else, because someone sees that video like, fuck, who shot that? I want that for me.
Yeah.
And just essentially that brand is going to go to someone else. Like is there any like weirdness or anything like that, or is he super chill about it? Supports you.
Jaren and Markel are best friends too.
Oh well, fuck.
So it's like that. It's literally just like it's like the Three Musketeers, Three Amigos type vibe,
right? And
so it's like we're just trying to help him get like on his shit, because he's like,
that's good.
He's a little lazy. Sometimes, not always. Shout out to Markel.
Oh, please not watching this.
No, if he sees this, he knows. He better finish his homework. We texted him about it today.
Oh, he sounds like a 12-year-old. All right, cool.
He's actually the oldest of us three too.
So have you heard of Clubhouse?
I have.
Have you been on it?
I have one. I have not been on it.
What about you, Pete?
Shit, I just got on it because of you. It's really I was just with fucking what's his fucking name?
Craig Adams.
Craig Adams this morning. It's really personable. I love it because you get to be with the content creator you follow, and it's really small right now. So you only get invitated like
right now. It's beta mode, so you could only get in through invitation.
Yeah. So Alberto gave me the invitation, and then yeah, man, I love it, man.
I think it's pretty cool. We're just talking about social media. So for those who don't know, Clubhouse, it's kind of like a live panel, and so they call them rooms. For example, let's say I went on right now on my phone. I started a room. You're in it, and other people could go in the room, and we just talk about whatever, and we could bring people into our
chat room,
the chat part where they could speak and stuff. And it's pretty much like a live discussion of things. It's kind of like FaceTime, but audio version.
Yeah, it's all audio, right?
Yes, and I like it a lot because I'm following people that I look up to and stuff like that, creators. So I'm in rooms with like Daniel Schiffer. I'm in rooms with like freaking Justin Odisho, Craig Adams, freaking Creative Ryan, and I'm like YC. And so they're talking about like what they go through and how things work and whatnot. So I'm picking up gems. I'm just soaking up knowledge. Yeah. And it's a great place to also to network as well. So it's like, I've actually picked up a couple of jobs through Clubhouse.
Really?
Just by speaking, and it's cool because you could like, you're on it, and then you could like check their profile and then go on their Instagram, see what their work is all about. While you're speaking. Yeah. So it's kind of cool. And so like, oh fuck, you clearly know what you're doing. Like you have a cool grid as well. And so like, boom, like things happen, man. So I think it's if you're a creator, I think you should get on Clubhouse right now because it's such a good place to like just get knowledge. It's kind of like a podcast, but it's live.
It's a melting pot, you know?
Yeah.
And in the Frame podcast, we put that poll, and we got 5 invites. I think we already got rid of like 2, but we want to like start that and stir that pot, you know, like oh, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what's up? Like, share some knowledge, like live mode.
It's very cool, man. So I recommend you guys hopping on that, or especially you, since you haven't been on it. Hop on it, dude. Even like it's kind of like I don't know if you listen to podcasts or not.
A little bit here and there.
Here and there. Like I
There's
listen
one
to
in the frame. It's pretty good.
He just said it just to say it. Like I listen to this shit like all the time. Like if I'm editing and I don't feel like listening to music, because I go through phases where I feel like listening to music or I feel like listening to podcasts. But most of the time it's podcasts. I'd rather consume something knowledgeable. Yeah. So I'm editing and it makes my editing sessions just flow. So sometimes now I go on Clubhouse and I won't even speak. I just like let it sit and just like listen. And it's pretty cool, man. It's a pretty cool platform, I'd say.
The one with Craig Adams today, like I was on it and I was like, oh fuck, like he put me on the thing. I was like, nope, like leave quietly and then I just want to be an audience, bro. And then he even
could have been on it, but you'd have to talk.
No, he even said it's like most people are just usually driving and listening to it, and it's cool.
Okay. And you're driving.
Yeah. We definitely want to start that with In the Frame. Like we want to start rooms.
Yeah. So if you guys are on Clubhouse, follow us for sure. And then we're gonna start organizing rooms. I'm still getting to know the platform. I'm not really familiar with it. Right now, I know how to get into rooms and stuff like that, but I don't know how to like
plan one,
make a room and plan one, because you can see like the schedules. It's kind of like I know Nerdy Podcast. Shouts to them. They have it. He has his own room and stuff like that.
He's really active on that.
Yeah. So I need to join in a room with them though. All right. So I want to pivot back to Instagram one more time. Since you're predominantly a vertical filmmaker, are you guys big in reels when it comes to like producing content with you or Jaren?
Jaren is huge into it. I should be bigger into it. I only have one. I'm just slacking.
You've been slacking, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's bad.
Maybe you're the lazy one and not your buddy that you just called out right now, man.
No, like, high key.
Like, I feel like since you're literally shooting vertical video, because generally when I create my reels, and it's been fun making reels, and when reels got announced, we were both shitting on it because we thought it was going to be stupid TikTok dances and then a lot of pointing and shit like that, even though I created that for my clients.
They got the camera, they're like, and then they zoom into the camera.
You did that.
I didn't do that. What the fuck?
Wait,
where you when you record the camera and then you zoom in for your photos?
No, I didn't do that. It was a video. It was a video, but I didn't zoom into my camera.
Zoom into the camera.
I had my phone and then I did like a zoom out or some bullshit.
I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, you can get really creative with reels, man. Even if you're not, because I don't shoot vertical stuff for the most part, but I do like the 3x3 stacks, and I've been loving creating these a lot lately. They're just super fun because I have a lot of like stagnant shots or just drone stuff from like even past trips, and I
saw you get creative with that shit.
Yeah, man, it's been pretty fun because it's like you said, like it's hard to create a fucking video from point A to point B. Like on YouTube, like a 3 to 4 minute video, it's just really hard to create that.
Yeah.
And so if I want to just make something really fun and quick without thinking too much, just fucking make it real. But you're shooting vertical. Instagram's really pushing that right now. I don't know why you're not jumping on that right now.
I don't have an answer. Bro, I need to.
Bro, I'm a photographer, and I've done like my last 2 reels have gotten over 25K, which is like ridiculous compared to like the content I'm producing. Like,
yeah,
what 100%. The fuck? It goes viral. Like, I don't know what it is, the algorithm, but they want you to do reels.
They're pushing it like crazy.
Yeah, they are, because it's a new thing. It's that's gonna be more successful than IGTV. IGTV tanked. I mean, Instagram.
Yeah, dude.
Like, what even is IGTV?
Instagram will never admit to that, but it did not work out. YouTube is still fucking king when it comes to long form video.
Yeah.
But you said Jaren's pretty big on that.
So he's been pushing them out a lot. Like his last 2 reels got over.
Are you creating those, or is he creating them?
They're usually him. So he
nice.
He has a lot of like iPhone content that he does. So he'll have like the homie like film it, then he'll just throw it in iPhone, or he'll throw it into like iMovie or Splice. And he just chops it up and kills
Premiere, it. Final Cut, what?
Bro, like he kills it. I mean, he can do Premiere too, but like when it comes to iPhone stuff, he just throws it into iMovie.
Is he doing crazy numbers?
The last 2 did over 1 million views each one.
Shit. That brings me up to a good point. A guy just commented on our post or he's like, "Oh, I only use the iPhone to record."
Yeah.
Who records?
And he's a vlogger.
TJ Hunt, which is like a big YouTuber car guy in San Diego. And I was like, holy shit, like this dude. Like he's commenting, it's like, yep, dude, like all you need is a fucking iPhone. Like that's all you need.
Phones nowadays are good, man. Like I've been playing with Kristen's new iPhone 12, and it's fucking impressive, man. It shoots raw photos too. Like, dude, technology is growing so fast. It's like, I love it. Some people hate it. I like it when fucking technology grows like that. So
and I almost feel like Instagram pushes more like iPhone content.
You think so? Like underproduced?
Yeah, just because I feel like whenever we post like our big videos where it's like it's coming from my A7 III, like it's like top quality, whatever, blah 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 blah. Sometimes like the numbers just do not match a single clip that's like iPhone. It's really weird.
I feel like a lot of people say, I literally listened to a podcast earlier today, and they were discussing the same shit you were saying, that they were saying, they're content creators as well from Seattle. And he was saying that usually the videos that I try hard on, I fucking have a passion for and I love it, doesn't hit. But the videos that I barely try on or don't care for hits hard. And like the numbers just go crazy. And it's just the thing. That's just the thing. I don't know why, but it just is, man. Like,
but like Jaren and I had a conversation with one of our like mentors, and he was talking about like, yeah, like you need to have like those, you need to have those iPhone moments, like the more raw, like rugged, like you're there almost, like more relatable because it's
kind of
iPhone.
Like, kind of like stories.
Like stories are just like in the sense of just using iPhone. Like that's more relatable than like having like a 4K video, like 1080, whatever, like crazy slow-mo and this and that. Like it makes it more like relatable for the viewers, especially for us, because we're dealing with so many people that aren't BMX riders at the same time. Like that's who we're trying to tap into more, people that are into the fashion industry, that are into sneakers, whatever.
Okay. That's interesting the way you put it that way. There's definitely a thing, because I do remember, now that you're saying this, I'm like getting a spark in my mind. My old job that I used to work at, at one point my boss was like, hey, maybe we should start shooting with a phone. And me, I'm a fucking quality head. So I'm like, what do you mean? That this sounds so stupid in my mind. Like, we have a freaking 4K camera. Why not use that? And he's like, well, he was like looking at some other guy that he pretty much tried to mimic him. And he's like, yo, like, well, they use a cell phone, man. And they're like, it's more relatable to the audience because everyone has a phone. And for some reason, the message translates better compared to like a 4K camera that's overly produced. And it's just unrelatable because they could literally just watch TV if they wanted to see some shit like that. So I'm like, that's very interesting to say that, but fuck all that. I'm a quality head, so I'm gonna shoot 4K, 100 megabits per second. Like,
no, but he was definitely saying like mix it in. Like you definitely need to have the high quality content. Otherwise, you're just another person with an iPhone.
Exactly, and I don't want to be the person with an iPhone that uses it or shit like that, you know. So, but I do use my cell phone a lot when it comes to video. I mean, when I first started like the IGTV vlogs, like I was using my phone because it was just so easy. I didn't want to
vlog with your phone. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like I could have used my freaking camera, but I'd rather not because this just makes my life easier. I'm all about workflow and what's more convenient for me. And at the time, this was way more convenient for me. But it definitely has its place in the world. But for the general person, I guess, I mean, iPhones are fucking amazing, dude. Like,
yeah, they are.
You shoot that shit wide.
Just gotta find a happy balance, happy medium.
Yeah.
Using both, in my opinion.
I know you just mentioned a mentor. Do you mind mentioning the name? Can you say the name?
Probably not. He's a BMX rider.
Because I almost said the name in accident, but I was like, good thing I didn't say it.
Yeah, he's the big homie.
But that, I just hate that I can't talk. We can't talk. Why can't we talk about it? Okay, I feel you.
I just don't want to name drop.
Yeah, respects. You working with that dude is fucking amazing. It's insane.
It's definitely a blessing.
It's fucking crazy that you could even call him a homie like that. Like, it's fucking insane. P has know what the fuck we're talking about.
I'm like holding my words back because I don't want to fuck up.
But you got anything else you wanna?
No, man. Just it's been an honor to have you here, and I can't wait to film my wedding. Shit. I'm just like I'm happy you're here and to share your experience. Anything last that you want to give to that upcoming creative who may have a question about like how the fuck do I connect with people,
or a pro tip?
Yeah, any pro tips that you have that you've developed in your career,
something that you've learned,
something that I've learned
that a young creator could use that knowledge,
something you wish somebody would have told you.
Yeah, drop that gem.
Don't be afraid to just try something different, whether it's a different type of filming, whether it's a whole different vibe, whether it's like you film BMX or whether you film skating. Switch it up, do something like workouts, and just push yourself. Like, oh, I want to do this type of transition, I want to upgrade my sound beds, like I want to do better with audio. Just push yourself.
Okay,
push yourself to something where it's like, I don't think I can do that, but make yourself do it.
Let's go. I love that, man.
So just always push yourself, man. I love that shit.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Let's go to anything you got
before we jump on frame of the week. Is there anything that you're trying to? What is it that you're trying to accomplish this year?
Yeah. What are your goals for this year?
This year, I just want to build a better following. Like followers aren't everything, but it does help.
It does. I mean, I hate when people do say, "Oh, followers." It does matter. It does matter
to an extent.
People like to admit that people like to say that it's not, but it's usually the
correction, real followers.
No, yeah. I want 1,000 diehard followers, man. Because if you have 1,000 diehard followers, you're gonna be fucking rich. And
what are those Eminem ones? Or the Eminem followers? Stands.
You want 1,000 stands.
No, 100%. Because it's like I see some creators, they have like 10K and I get better engagement.
Well, they probably bought their fucking followers.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like any young creators out there, do not.
It's not worth it
for engagement, because Instagram knows that you're doing that, and they're gonna shadow ban you, and you're gonna be fucked, and you're gonna look like an idiot that has 10,000 followers and has 28 likes. You're gonna look stupid. Yep. Don't fucking do it.
It's not worth it.
Don't do that shit, man. I hate when people do that. It's like, why are you doing this? You look ridiculous, man.
What's the point?
Yeah.
What did you accomplish?
You have 20,000 followers and you have 50 likes, bro. What? Like
I hope the girl that you slid in her DM replied.
Pete, anything you want to elaborate when it comes to the following?
Just don't be that guy who buys followers, because then you post a video and it'll say like 51 views, 3 hours.
You just look dumb, dude.
I would definitely want to build that, and then from there, just like where Jaron and I are starting to work with like Foot Action and other companies, I just want to be able to work with the brands that I want to work with.
One last question before you take off. With the Foot Action gig, do you guys have full creative control?
So this specific video, they reached out because it's Black History Month, and so they wanted to create and try to uplift other creators and influencers. And so for the most part, yeah. They had like
Did they give you some kind of guide?
They gave us when they sent them the email, it said like, this is what we're trying to do.
Okay. So they gave you
from there, we just created the whole video, and today he's like, yo, like, let's read through this email and make sure we're hitting these points.
Right.
Whether it's uplifting the community, reinvesting in the community, empowering people of color that are creators, things like that.
That's dope.
One last question. I saw, were those Travis Scott's from his latest video? Those like brown Air Force Ones?
No, they're Mocha ones.
Oh, I was like,
Mocha Jordan ones. We actually have another video coming out very soon from Cancun in those as well.
Bro, I don't know shit about that.
Because they were like,
is it exclusive drip or what?
It's like really expensive shoes, and I was like, damn, he's BMXing in those. Like, you don't give a
fuck. His first big video was riding a pair of off-white Nikes that retail for like $600.
The only person that was probably listening to this will probably be
Bang.
Mark that knows this shit. Like
Or
he knows
Bang.
all about those fucking.
Urban Steezy.
Oh yeah, Urban Steez for sure. Like I don't know shit.
Shout out Urban Steez.
I don't know shit about like.
I need to meet him. He's dope.
No, you haven't met him yet.
No, I've never met him. We DM sometimes.
He's about to be the first billionaire in Oceanside. So
Yo, he's cool as shit. I need to jump on that urban stocks, bro.
Yeah, he's
I'll
fucking.
be watching.
He's fire. All right, so let's jump onto
Frame of the week.
Frame of the week. This is our homeboy at geo _000 3 O's. You'll see it here in front of Rafee's face. What do you guys think about this image, guys?
That's fire, bro.
It's one of those seamless swipes. It's like a bridge.
Yeah.
And this is in Dallas, Texas. And the caption is Golden City.
Clean, bro.
I've never been to Dallas. I've never been to Texas, period. But it does look cool. It looks like a slow shutter speed shot.
Yeah.
As you can see, the light's dragging. And
I think it's sick because I can't take drone photos to save my life.
Dude, you have a drone. You didn't talk about your drone. What kind of drone are you using?
Oh, I use a DJI Mavic.
There's so many. There's
Air
so
2.
many.
I have an Air 2. I always forget. I have an Air 2. I love it.
Is it the same one you have or not?
No, I have the OG Mavic Pro.
Oh.
Like from like 3 years ago. Yeah, the first generation.
Yeah, it's small. It's compact.
Yeah,
gets the job done. And it's cheap for what it is.
Can you just do the vertical shoot like his or no?
No, that's the only thing I wish I could do.
It's the only reason why I love my fucking drone so much, and I have it upgraded. Can
I do video like that too?
Yeah, that's where that's where I do all my reels from.
Yo, that's crazy.
I go out of my way to shoot vertical and horizontal.
Damn.
Like I do 2 shots.
Damn, boy.
Yeah,
I'm offended.
Anyways, back to Gio. Crazy shot, man. Thanks for supporting the podcast, dude. We really appreciate the support. And go give him a follow. He'll be linked in the description and on YouTube and Spotify, Apple, and all that good stuff. So,
and we support your journey, Gio. We know what you trying to like get off those chains and do your own thing, man.
We're
right behind you.
Fuck.
Like he said, like
I know you did, but damn, that was rough, man. Like
the labor chains, bro.
Even worse.
What do you mean? It's he's trying to become a freelancer.
Shouts to Gio, bro. Do your thing, man. You're killing it. Anything else, man? Where can people find you?
Find me on Instagram at Raphee _V RAPHEE_V.
We'll have him linked in the description, guys. Definitely give him a follow.
Yeah.
His video content is fucking stupid, insane. Yeah. I don't know why you only have 2,000 followers. You should have way more than that.
It's gonna go up.
Well, bro, you gotta fucking post.
I'm gonna post.
You need to post,
bro. You gonna post that?
It's so stupid, but like you gotta play the game in order to like elevate yourself. Like you just gotta play part of the game. You gotta do this fucking reels. You gotta do the fucking posting. It's annoying. I always tell people
it's a job.
It's a full-time job running a social media. It sounds dumb as fuck. The older generation will never get it. They think it's stupid, but if you're in. You know what's up, man.
You have to put in that work.
Yeah.
What so we always tell our guests, what do you want our viewers to put on your if they do find your profile? What do you want to comment?
What emojis? Select an emoji. So the
star emoji,
the creative gang,
the little 3 stars.
So guys, go to his fucking Instagram. Go to his latest picture when you hear this, and flame him up. Throw those stars at him. It's gonna look a little fruity, but it's all good. Let's go. Just flame him up with that. In a perfect day, where there's no money involved, describe your perfect day.
Perfect day.
What are you doing when you wake up? What time are you waking up?
Waking up whenever I wake up.
Because you wake up till like midday.
I'm a night owl. As soon as like 9-10 o'clock hits, like boom, creativity. Let's go.
That's your. Oh man, I wish we would have got into that. Like when is your creativity time? Because mine is the morning.
I can't stand the mornings. I hate mornings. Like with all my heart, can't stand them.
So at night.
And then like
what time at night?
Usually like once it's dark.
So right now it's been going dark at around 5:30, 6 o'clock ish.
Okay, that's still a little early.
Super early.
So and like it's only gonna get worse like from here 8. 8 is like, all right, I can like sit down, start editing, get creative. Because like I feel like when I'm editing during the day, it's like, yo, like I feel like I'm wasting my day.
You're missing your day.
Like I should be outside doing something.
I feel you.
Okay.
Well, you're only 21 years old. When you hit 30, then you stop thinking that way.
Hopefully.
This motherfucker always makes fun of me. He's like, yo, it's past your bedtime, dude. It's like 8 p.m., bro.
Bro, Jaren's the same way though. That's what's funny.
What do you mean?
He'll be going to sleep at like 10 o'clock, waking up at 7:30. It's like, hey, grandpa, it's like past your bedtime, bro. Like,
is he older than you or the same age?
Nah, he's younger than me a little bit by a couple months.
Yeah, this guy, I forget what he said. He was like, yo, I think it was past your bedtime. That was like 9 o'clock. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
I was like, yo, what are you doing up? Like, yo, it was way past your bedtime.
I've been watching Game of Thrones, man, lately. I've been rewatching Game of Thrones again. So it's such a great show. So
you gotta watch Narcos Mexico.
Bro, I saw that shit when it came out, man.
It's still so good.
It is fucking amazing.
That's because I don't really watch TV.
No.
If I'm not editing, filming, hanging out with my girlfriend, I'm watching like YouTube, trying to learn something.
That's dope, man. That was me, dude. For
or
like
I'm on Instagram.
First two, yeah, of course. But you see a lot of cool things on Instagram. Like there's like reels where there's this photographer guy that I see in my fucking algorithms all the time, and he's always teaching you like little nuggets. I mean, shit that I already know about.
Yeah.
But he creates like 50 seconds, like, hey, this is how this is explaining the S curve and shit like that.
But it's valuable.
It's super valuable because I love using the S curves, and I sent it to Kristen because Kristen does edit her photos, but she does like the basic corrections.
Same.
And she doesn't use like I love the curves, man.
I don't.
Do you fuck with the curves when you edit your photos?
Yeah,
that's
to
a
an
no.
extent.
That's a no.
That's to an extent. I don't want to give them my tricks and trades, but yeah, you have to fuck with the X curve because if you don't, that's like that doesn't put you. I feel like that customizes your image. I've told you this in like past episodes that the S curve sets the tone. It's like the glass of your picture, so it sets the tone of your tinted glass. You know how like car glasses are tinted 5%, 20%. Sure. That's what the S curve is. It tints your picture.
To me, it's like the best way to customize your image and make it unique.
Yeah,
because anyone can use basic corrections, and
there's more to Lightroom.
I mean, Lightroom's amazing.
Remember when I told you I was like, how long did these take you? Like 10, 15 minutes? Like, bro, how many customizable things are in
There's
Lightroom
a ton
Classic?
because when you fuck with one thing, now you have to like adjust the rest of the like the properties and whatnot.
Yeah. I feel attacked. I do not use S curves at all.
He's an auto guy. It's the auto in Lightroom.
The auto. No. I usually just do basic corrections and then.
Really?
I mean, the only time I usually ever
because your images look like you would use the S curve.
The only time I ever like hit the curves is if it's like I feel like it's still really yellow or something, and I'll hit like
the green or the reds or the
see,
blues.
that's one of my things. I always add a pink, like a
pink tint
to my highlights.
Okay, me too. For real.
Guys copying me. That's crazy.
I'm gonna start trying that. All right, guys. Well, Raphee, thanks for being in the podcast, dude.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate you spending some time with us and sharing your knowledge to the creators out there. Guys, I forgot to do the freaking plugins in the beginning, but wait, where can people find you first?
Oh, people can find me at petercollinframes.com. IG, Peter Collin Frames. Where can they find you?
IG is Instagram, by the way, guys. You can find me on Instagram at _Mendoza_ and on YouTube, Alberto Mendoza. Expect the video pretty soon. I'm working on that right now. Fuck all that. Anyways, if you guys made it this far, we're about an hour deep in. Please give us a like on YouTube. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star rating and a review. And if you're on... I almost said Shopify again. If you're on Spotify, hit the share button and put it on your stories and tag us. That'd be great. This means the world to us, and it's free, guys, so it doesn't take too much energy. So yeah, you want to wrap it up?
This is gonna do it for episode number 30 with Rafe. We'll catch you on episode number 31.
Gazerskis.
Peace.